Hi guys, so you probably didn't think you'd hear from me again. It's almost 2 weeks since the UKDFBA and yep, in a different setting as normal. Well, not really for me. I'm on the bike doing some fasted cardio this morning. Obviously I'm in the middle of my summer holiday, so I'm off for the next 6 weeks. And just to obviously ensure that everything's going well with my reverse diet, I'm continuing to do my cardio daily, um, while increasing my macros week on week. So anyway, let's go back to the 27th of June where it all kicked off. Everything that I was aiming for the last 6 months in the UKDFBA Championships. Well, I got up on the. Well, let's go back to the Friday actually, one day out. I think from my last video I told you that I was going to enjoy steak, sweet potato, and a glass of red wine before bed. I can quite honestly say that was the hardest part of prep. I don't drink wine. I very rarely drink alcohol, and when I do, it tends to be alcohol pops or vodka. And the wine was absolutely disgusting. I couldn't stomach it at all. Had to take a gulp, eat some steak, and brush my teeth right after it. But needless to say, I woke up in the morning, my conditioning was good, and I was to continue with my carb loading on the day of the show. I was to eat every hour, a heavy carb meal and a small protein source. And what I found was I got up at 6 in the morning. By about 8:30 I'd had 3 meals and I was very, very bloated. Didn't feel good at all, and was obviously contacting my coach over in Australia to let him know that I didn't feel so great. Stomach just felt really heavy, as if I was carrying a lot of food, but something didn't feel right. I got my training partner and my buddy up, Andy Scott, who was going to do my tan for me, and automatically he said, yeah, it seems as though you're pushing too many carbohydrates through, you're not drinking enough water to flush them through your system, and they're just sitting there, they're blocking. So the choices he gave me were either slightly increase my water from 250ml per meal, or reduce the carbohydrates altogether. At that point I felt as if I had enough carbohydrates, so I reduced my carbohydrates and just continued to eat the chicken every hour. So that was fine, kept my protein high, reduced the carbohydrates, and my stomach started to subside. We travelled through to the show in Musselburgh, and obviously I had to take part in the registration process and the weigh-in. The weigh-in category, I'd obviously spoken to the administrator, the owner, I'm not so sure what his title is, the chairman of the UKDFBA during the week via Facebook to ask what the lightweight category, what the cut-off point would be, to which he informed me it would be 73 kilograms. So I made sure that I hit the 73 kilograms and that I would be probably one of the heaviest in the lightweight category. However, when I did my weigh-in at 73 kilos, he informed me that I would be a heavyweight, because the I think it was 70 kilos he stated would be the cut-off point. So an incredibly lightweight category, and potentially very light people taking place in the heavyweights. So basically being 11 stone and being in a heavyweight class, so that kind of knocked me for six. So yeah, stayed backstage, built up my tan as the first hour went on, and they helped me with my pump up. Lots of posing going on for maybe about half an hour before I went on stage. My tan looked amazing, thanks again Andy. Yeah, I continued to pump up, get fed some Haribo like a dog every so often as if I was being a good boy. Then went on stage against guys that were quite comfortably 10-15 kilo heavier than me. And do you know what, by that point it wasn't about the politics of it. If I wasn't in the same weight class as these guys, they were all 6 foot plus, me at 5'7". You'll see the videos that I've posted before. I think I held my own. I got first call out. I was second in the first call out. I did 3 rounds of posing with the guys that eventually taken first, second and third place, and ultimately I came fourth. Slightly disappointed not to have came third, looking back on it, but delighted all the same to have placed. That was always my aim, to place and not come away from the show with nothing at all. So yeah, absolutely delighted. what now? Well, my intention was to go on holiday. Those plans have kind of been scuppered by finances. Just trying to keep myself busy and occupied as possible. I've had a cheat meal immediately after the show. I had Domino's pizza, I had 4 slices, some chicken wings and things, and the next 2 days was seriously ill. Not with food poisoning, but mostly with acid reflux. So just because I was going back onto carb depletion mode because I had a video shoot at the end of that week, it was quite lucky that I just filled myself with protein shakes, liquid shakes. So the weight that I'd put on for the pizza very quickly dropped off, and carb depleted Monday, Tuesday, carb loaded Wednesday, Thursday, part Friday, and filmed the video shoot on the Friday night, which you'll get to see very shortly. And yeah, I actually weighed in lighter than I did on the show, 2 pounds lighter in fact. Then was able to have a cheat on Saturday, went to Bread Meets Bread, which was epic, and then had some goodies when I came home. And then on Sunday also cheated, but had a healthier cheat this time. Made my homemade Big Mac, which consisted of kangaroo burgers, and measured out all the macros for it, and had homemade pizzas, which were made with Warburton slices, which again were macroed, and had an Oreo cheesecake dessert, which again was macroed. So yeah, we're still hitting under 3,000 calories for having so much food. However, being back on standard diet Monday, Tuesday, yesterday being Tuesday, I found last night very, very difficult, very hungry, craving a lot, and then it's that mind over matter thing. I don't have a show to look forward to now. I've done my video shoot, it's time to grow in the off season. I'm obviously still doing cardio, too much according to Andy, and that's been reduced, pegged back. Still training hard, back to doing my normal type of training, but I'm allowed to have that little indulgent moment where if I want to have some popcorn, or if I want to have some extra oats, can you go ahead and do that? Or are you just creating a recipe for disaster? I think that's where I've got to work out what I'm doing. I'm not going holiday now, so I don't need to have the perfect beach bod, but I'm terrified to lose my stage condition, and I know that gains won't be made unless you put on some weight again, put on some size. But once you work so hard to get to this position, it's difficult to let it go. So yeah, that's the moral dilemma. Obviously this vlog isn't as relevant now, because you'll probably see me the next time and it'll be a fat mess. But I'm pretty much still in stage condition. Abs are still there, cavity's still there, and weighed in this morning and haven't had my cheat meal. It's already dropped, it's Wednesday, and I'm down to a pound off stage weight, so 161 pounds. So yeah, I'll keep you updated maybe every month or so, and I'll let you know how things go on the reverse diet. Thanks for watching, guys. Oh, and hopefully the YouTube promo will be up very, very shortly too. Exciting.